Good evening and welcome back to the first 49 News episode of the 2025-2026 school year.
We're very excited to update you on stories happening on campus, in Newark, and worldwide. I'm Emily Madison.
And I'm Michael Stoll. Live from Pearson Studio, 49 News starts right now.
This week marks Amnesty Week for the university. The Amnesty program ensures students can make safe choices. It's an official forgiveness under special circumstances to ensure students can practice healthy drinking in a safe space. The university celebrates this week to ensure all students are aware of the safeguard in place for them. Iron Hill Brewery announced it's closing 3 locations, including its flagship brew pub on Main Street in Newark, which could have celebrated 30 years next year. The company says the decision was part of a larger growth strategy as it works to evolve and strengthen the brand. Locations in Chestnut Hill, Philadelphia, and Voorhees, New Jersey will also close, but the Riverfront Wilmington and Rehoboth spots are not affected.
This past Saturday, the Blue Hens faced off against UConn, their first home FBS matchup of the 2025 season. After forcing the Huskies to settle for a field goal in overtime, Nick Minicucci rushed for a 13-yard touchdown. This secured the win for Delaware, with the final score of 44-41. Many say this win shows they can make it in the new conference. They hope to continue this momentum as they prepare to take on Florida International University this Saturday away at 6. This past Friday, Perkins hosted Y2K night, where students got to a party that felt like it was the early 2000s. Let's hear about it from Rebecca Weiss.
This past Friday, Perkins Live hosted Y2K night. Let's hear about what inspired this event.
We were trying to redo Perkins Live in general. So it's entirely based off of themes now. So I was trying to think what's going to bring a lot of students who were born in the early 2000s together, and I thought, oh, that'd be awesome if we could have 2000s themed activities in Perkins. So for instance, right now we got a DJ in there playing 2000s hits, giving away city bands, chokers, and we also got karaoke and West Lounge, which is pretty much any song they could ask for, but we have a focus on the early 2000s.
Tonight we're here at Y2K Live, and we just heard about how the event was planned. Let's go in and see how students are liking it.
I think the Y2K night was good. I think they should do more stuff like this. I think it's not a bad idea. Just getting dressed. I don't really get to just go out like this. It's kind of just like, rare occasion type of thing. So it was nice. I enjoyed it.
Even though I wasn't alive in the early 2000s, obviously, I really like the music and style. As you can see, I kind of tried to recreate that, especially with the makeup. I tried to make it really accurate. And I just thought it'd be really fun to come out with my friend and enjoy some food and music.
With the Best Dressed contest, dancing, and free food, UD students had a great time at Y2K night.
Wow, Perkins Live seems like a lot of fun. My name is Ava West, and this is your official 49 News Sports Update. On Saturday, the Blue Hens competed in a thriller game against UConn, the first FBS visitor to Newark since 1989. QB Nick Minicucci's 13-yard run in overtime secured the win for the Blue Hens with the final score of 44-41. Joe Silver rushed for a career high of 179 yards on 15 carries, scoring 2 touchdowns for Delaware. Wide receiver Kyrie Duplius had 9 catches for 161 yards with a TD. Minicucci completed 23 of 34 passes for 265 yards and 1 TD, and he ran for 3 touchdowns. This Saturday, the Blue Hens look to stay hot as they face off against FIU away at 6. As for UD women's soccer, they are off to the best start in program history at 7-0-2 and finished non-conference play undefeated. The Blue Hens host FIU at Grand Stadium on Sunday, September 21st at noon. Similarly, the UD men's soccer team is also undefeated at 7-0, which is also the best start in program history. They hope they can continue their win streak as they battle George Washington on September 23rd at 3. Now on to local Philly news. The Eagles' defense shined in the Super Bowl rematch, defeating the Chiefs 20-17. The game-changing play when Andrew Makuba intercepted a pass off of Travis Kelce's hands in the end zone. This resulted in the Eagles improving their record to 2-0, while the Chiefs dropped to their second straight loss. The Phillies clinched their playoff spot this past Sunday after the Dodgers defeated the Giants. This is their 4th consecutive postseason, with it being their 2nd time in franchise history to do so. Then on Monday, after competing against the Dodgers in a back-and-forth battle, the Phillies clinched a National League East title earlier than they ever have. That's all the sports this week. Now, back to the news.
Thank you, Ava, for the sports update. The Blue Hens are making their mark. Over the summer, Newark's The Grove had another grand opening, and it's different from your ordinary restaurant. The food hall, Wonder, operates with over 20 restaurants ranging from Japanese to Mediterranean to cuisine from top chefs like Bobby Flay. If you and your friends are struggling to pick what you want to eat, this is the perfect option to eat multiple different kinds of foods and to still enjoy each other's company. A new indoor pickleball club has opened in the Grove at Newark. The Pickler opened late last month, and the facility features 12 indoor pickleball courts, dink walls for practicing, a lounge area, a pro shop, locker rooms, and a community room for events. The club is membership-based with discounts for students, professors, military members, and first responders. Non-members can buy a day pass or pay an hourly fee to rent a court. In addition to hosting leagues, tournaments, and social nights, the facility provides a range of clinics for members looking to improve their game or improve their skills. With the University of Delaware moving up in conferences, will it become a football school? Let's hear from Ava West to find out.
This season, the University of Delaware football program moved from the Football Championship subdivision to the Football Bowl subdivision. By joining Conference USA, the move allows for potential increases in exposure through platforms like Fox and ESPN. Will this in turn make the University of Delaware a football school? Let's hear what insights the assistant AD at UD's football program has to offer.
For us, I think already in game one, we set a record for student attendance. Close to 5,800 students were in attendance at a game with almost 18,000 fans in the stadium to take on a team like Delaware State. Our season ticket numbers are at the highest increase for an annual year in over a decade. So I think folks are recognizing. I think folks are excited. We're renewing rivalries with folks like UConn, who was a member of the old Yankee Conference that we played in on a regular basis. So I think it's between a number of those things that I mentioned. I think it's really allowing us to capitalize on the moment and continue to put the University of Delaware on the map.
After speaking with UD's assistant athletic director, it's clear that statistical evidence shows that involvement has increased at UD's football games. However, is this reflecting on campus? Let's talk to a few students and see their inputs on UD's football events and their moving up in conferences.
I did not know that UD moved up in the conferences, their football team. This is my first time hearing about it.
I feel like I've definitely seen more involvement on social media, and then I feel like just people excited about the game, especially with the younger classes, because I think it's more of a big deal for them because they know that they are moving up, and hopefully it's more recruits and more involvement with the program.
I think in the past, school spirit wasn't really as big as it is now, but I think it's awesome to see that as I'm a junior now, school spirit is coming back.
Even though there is no definite answer to whether UD will become a football school, it is clear that Blue Hen spirit continues to shine. From 49 News, I'm Ava West.
Health insurance is about to get more expensive for many Delaware residents who buy coverage through the state's marketplace. Carriers have filed for big rate increases for the 2026 year. State officials say the main reason is that key federal tax credits helping people afford coverage are set to expire at the end of this year. If Congress doesn't act, premiums could rise by over $500 a month for some. Delaware's insurance commissioner, Trinidad Navarro, says marketplace enrollment hit a record high this year, but warns that higher prices could drive those numbers back down. However, marketplace plans still cover essential needs like prescriptions, mental health, and pre-existing conditions. Volunteer board member, museum curator, and cemetery caretaker of Newark Union Church, Bob Daly, has placed U.S. flags in front of the church, which was built in 1845. And is now a museum, open to the public. The church was formerly a Quaker meeting house and now belongs to the nonprofit Newark Union Corporation. The cemetery is home to over 1,000 graves, where many Brandywine Hundred families and veterans rest, including the Carr family, who were early Quaker settlers and landowners, as well as members of the military.
Main Street has seen a lot of changes this year, with a new restaurant, Founding Brothers, popping up next to Owishi Ocean. Marie Owens went to learn more.
So many changes have been made to Main Street since the beginning of the school year. You may have been disappointed to hear of the Newark staple Iron Hill closing, but did you hear about a new restaurant that opened up right across the street?
I have not heard of Founding Brothers yet, but I'm pretty excited for it. If they got some food there or, drinks, food, pretty excited.
I had the opportunity to learn more about Founding Brothers, bringing a taste of the South up north. What's new in the 302? We are standing inside of Main Street's newest addition, restaurant and bar, Founding Brothers. This Nashville-inspired restaurant brings its southern charm to Newark, Delaware. Let's go inside and check it out. I spoke with Jim, one of the three brothers who co-founded the restaurant. The inspiration for the establishment stems from their love of Nashville, and they wanted to bring a piece of that to Delaware.
There's something about Nashville, country, southern comfort food that kind of brings all of us together. And the biggest key to that was, how do we bring that to this part of the world? And that was the whole inspiration behind it here.
Some might question what another restaurant is doing on Main Street with the recent closures. The owners believe that they have what it takes to make them stand out.
Also, the biggest difference that's going to separate us from Main Street is we're an all-day menu. We have brunch every day, lunch, dinner. We really want to give Main Street something that comes through every single day at different times of the day. Very affordable price points to ensure that quality is where it's supposed to be at. And we have a great bar.
We got to try some of the menu's most popular items, including the Nashville Hot Bird, the Hot Honey Wings, and the Hot Roni Square Pie. If you're looking for live music, great drinks, and that southern vibe, check out Founding Brothers. From 49 News, I'm Mary Owens.
The Trump administration has asked a federal court to cancel a permit approved by the Biden administration. The permit allows U.S. Winds to build an offshore wind farm near the Delmarva coast. The lawsuit was filed in Maryland by the mayor and city council of Ocean City, along with local environmental and business groups and concerns about the impact of the wind farm. U.S. Wind says the project follows all environmental rules and is fighting parts of the lawsuit. This case shows the ongoing debate over offshore wind energy as communities weigh clean energy benefits against worries about fishing, tourism, and the environment. With that, let's welcome our 49 News meteorologist, Sienna Casa.
Good evening, Newark. I'm meteorologist Sienna Casa with the weather. The Environmental Protection Agency moved September 5th to stop requiring thousands of heavy polluting facilities to report the amount of greenhouse gases they release. The announcement follows months of efforts by the Trump administration to defund research on global warming. Many critics argue that this will drastically set back efforts to fight climate change. Looking at the map, a small portion of our state is in bright yellow, meaning it is abnormally dry, with the rest in no sort of drought. Here are our local conditions. This afternoon, the temperature was on the hotter side at 73 degrees. Currently, it is slightly colder as we are sitting in the high 60s. Tomorrow morning, it will be even chillier at 66 degrees. Looking at the overnight forecast, the temperature will drop to a low of 64. The sun set around 7:10 and will rise again tomorrow morning at 6:45. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow and Friday, we will reach high in the mid to low 80s, with mornings being chillier and closer to the low 60s, so be sure to wear some layers. We will reach high 70s on Saturday and Sunday into the beginning of next week. Will partly be cloudy with highs in the low 80s. Thanks for tuning into Blue Hen Weather, and see you next time.
August 1st, Delaware launched its first wave of recreational dispensaries. As of last Monday, the Office of Marijuana Commissioner issued 85 conditional licenses for the rest of the marijuana business community. By getting individuals these licenses, they can start growing product, purchasing real estate, and more. The commissioner is enthusiastic as things are going smoother than expected. Wilmington police are investigating after a body of an unidentified victim was found. The body was discovered around 9 a.m. on Sunday near the intersection of Lancaster Avenue and Scott Street, right outside of Dollar General. There is no further information at this time.
Governor Matt Meyer has called a special session of the Delaware Senate in Wilmington, set for 3 p.m. on Monday, September 22, 2025. Senators will review his nominees for key positions, including Secretary of Veteran Affairs and a judge for the Court of Common Pleas. They'll also vote on appointments to several important boards, like elections, parole, and environmental councils. Governor Meyer says the nominees are among Delaware's most qualified and are ready to serve, protect natural resources, support veterans, and help working families across the state. Nifty 50s is the latest restaurant to hit the Newark area. The 50-style diner has piqued many students' interests. Jayla Carter reports.
I'm standing outside of Nifty 50s, the new retro burger place that has just opened up here in Newark, Delaware. Let's go inside and check out the atmosphere and see how the employees feel about working here.
Oh, I'm very basic, so I really like the mushroom Swiss burger, especially the way that they grill their burgers on the grill. Like, it's fantastic. I've served in a lot of restaurants, but definitely with a restaurant that holds character. You're not just a server governing your food. You're also supposed to be living up a livelihood, living up like the aesthetic of being in the 1950s. Like, it's definitely like, it's interesting. Yeah.
This is not my first restaurant in Newark. I've worked on Main Street a lot, and UD students tend to be the most wonderful customers. They're always nice and generous from my experience, and just having that useful vibe, having an alternative to late night places. And from what I've heard, there aren't a ton of places open late, and we are open till 11, Sunday to Thursday, midnight, Friday and Saturday. So we've had some of the students come in with, helping fill out the evening.
More mellow, they're pretty nice. I don't know if they tip as high, but just relaxed. I think just the atmosphere is just a lot brighter, and it's just all around like a good place to be.
Here at Nifty 50s, all the food and shakes are made fresh, just for your liking.
We really are a family. Back behind the house, the food service is all a team effort, so everyone sort of knows how everything goes. It's a very fun place to work, so mainly the people, and the food's awesome too, which is a big perk, but the people.
We've gotten the employees' perspectives on the restaurant, but now let's hear from your fellow Blue Hens.
I love the exterior. It looks very inviting and like fun to hang out in. Yeah. I feel like it's a good spot to go after class and kind of hang with your classmates just like they did like in the old days after school at old diners. I feel like it gives that vibe, so it's good to have on campus for sure.
I think it's pretty cool. Like, a Nifty 50 sounds really cool, so I think it'd be a really cool spot.
Now you've heard from the employees and your fellow students. All that's left is to check it out for yourself. 1365 Melrose Road in Newark, Delaware, behind the Wawa. Come grab a bite and enjoy the vibes. From 49 News, I'm Jayla Carter.
Over the weekend, United States and Chinese officials met in Madrid to discuss tariffs, TikTok, and other trade deals. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that a deal will most likely be finalized on Friday to switch ByteDance's ownership to U.S. from China. ByteDance is the company that currently owns TikTok, and China's ownership of this company caused the TikTok blackout back in January. Commercial terms have been agreed upon, but will not be shared with the public. Hopefully for our TikTok lovers, the deal goes through and does not require a fifth meeting between the U.S. and China. Last Thursday marked 24 years since the September 11th terrorist attacks. To honor and remember the 2,996 victims, local communities including Dover, Lewis, Millsboro, Ocean View, Ocean City, and Salisbury all hosted their own remembrance ceremonies. The Blood Bank of Delmarva and Dover Motor Speedway hosted their annual 9/11 Memorial Blood Drive. And a permanent memorial stands outside the Air Mobility Command Museum at Dover Air Force Base. This site is open for personal reflection and features 2 steel pieces from the North Tower. Andrew Naylor, an employee in the Civil Division of the Delaware Department of Justice, has lost his job following his arrest. Naylor got a DUI following a crash in the parking lot of St. George's Technical School. Naylor and 2 others received treatment at the hospital, but no students or members of the school staff were injured in the crash. The prosecution against Naylor will be transferred to a different county. With its food court reopening in under a week, Trabant's renovations are a hot topic among students. I have the story. Trabant Student Center is undergoing a redesign and refresh of its food court and dining facilities, closing for the summer of 2025 and reopening for the fall semester with new dining options and improved spaces for student life.
I think they're taking a while, but I'm excited to see how it comes out. I hope they keep the sushi place.
I'm excited for it. I think there should be some cool new restaurants. I'm excited for the Chick-fil-A menu to expand, so I'm excited for it to finally open, yeah.
To my right is Trabant Student Center's food court, which is 4 months into its almost 5-month-long renovations. The court reopens September 22nd, but until then, students aren't shy to voice their opinions.
Just because it has been pushed back,
already. I think a lot of people are getting kind of frustrated. I've gotten a lot of calls from people asking when the food court is going to be open, and I just have to tell them, hey, September 22nd. The food court itself is owned by Aramark, so they're the ones that are doing the renovations. So staff like myself and anyone who works for Trabant, or at Trabant, I should say, or like the event services people, they do not work for Aramark. We are employees of the university.
In the meantime, food trucks and other campus spots have been stepping in to fill the gaps.
I'm really excited to see what happens, what it's going to look like. There's not much to see, really. The blank walls are pretty much covering up all that's happening. But again, I'm just really excited to see.
I, for one, am excited to see the new food court opening in just 5 days. For 49 News, I'm Emily Madison.
Last Wednesday, conservative political activist and close ally of Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, was assassinated while speaking on a Utah college campus. Authorities say Kirk was killed from by a single shot from a rooftop. FBI Director Kash Patel has announced that the DNA on a towel found near where the assassination occurred matches 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, who was the prime suspect of the investigation. Officers have said Robinson carried a hatred for Kirk and recovered a written note saying that if he had the opportunity to take out Kirk, he was going to. Authorities in Utah filed capital murder charges against Robinson on Tuesday in the killing of Kirk, and officials will be pursuing the death penalty. In the few days following the fatal shooting, numerous workers have been fired from for their comments on Kirk's death. MSNBC said this past Thursday that a paid political analyst is no longer with the network. Both the MSNBC president and the analyst issued public apologies following his commentary, which drew a heated reaction online. Leaders at the Pentagon unveiled a zero-tolerance policy for any posts or comments from troops that make light of or celebrate the killing of Kirk. Many have questioned if this puts free speech at risk.
A Colorado teenager opened fire at Evergreen High School in Evergreen, Colorado last Wednesday, injuring 2 students before killing himself. Preliminary investigation into the suspect found that he was radicalized by some extremist network. Officials have identified the shooting suspect as 16-year-old Desmond Hawley, who died at a Lakeview hospital on Wednesday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound he sustained after the shooting. The victims of the school shooting remain in critical condition at local hospitals where there is security present. With growing concerns of safety on Main Street, the city of Newark has implemented new safety features. Michael Stoll went out to find more.
Over the summer, the city of Newark's response to 2 student deaths over the course of last school year was enacted. The city added rumble strips, a new stop sign at the intersection of Haynes Street and East Main Street, as well as additional speed signage. Following the student deaths on Main Street last year, the city of Newark added new safety features over the summer, including the stop sign behind me, new signage, and rumble strips. However, we went out to Main Street today to ask students if they actually feel safer walking on Main Street.
I'm feeling optimistic about the new safety features. I feel like it's a good slowdown in the middle of the way, and I'm hopeful that people will actually see a stop sign and be reminded that there's a lot of people walking on Main Street and they need to be mindful of their driving and be looking both ways. So yeah, I think it's a great feature, and I definitely think the lights are also super helpful as well. So yeah,
I think it's definitely making it safer for the civilians of Newark and the students.
Okay, I think the stop signs are helping. It's definitely slowing down traffic throughout the entirety of Main Street, but I do think it's worth it. But I wouldn't say add more, because that would just slow it down even more.
Well, I just feel like the stop sign, it does help in some ways, helping people stop. But there's other people that also don't stop; they just blow through it. And in my opinion, I feel like there should be a speed bump, even if they're not allowed on Main Street. I think that's the best option, just because with a speed bump, you can't just speed through it. You have to slow down, or else your car's gonna topple. That's just what I feel about it. I don't know, but I mean, it's definitely an upgrade from what it was before. I just think it could be better. That's my opinion.
Both fatal accidents occurred due to excessive speed and reckless driving. The hope is that with these new safety features, the pedestrian experience of students, faculty, and the Newark community will be greatly improved, giving pedestrians an improved sense of safety. Despite many students' wishes, the city was unable to add in speed bumps because the fire department was worried about the response times to emergencies, with speed bumps on Main Street greatly slowing them down. For now, the safety features implemented, time will be the real test. Fingers crossed there'll be no more accidents on Main Street. Reporting for 49 News, I'm Michael Stoll. Wilmington is hosting multiple community events this fall. The Alapocas Run State Park is offering an introductory rock climbing class for ages 8 and up. Rockwood Park and Museum is kicking off the fall season with the Murder Mystery Escape Room. In addition, Newcastle is hosting several farmers markets such as Bellevue, Middletown, and Carousel Park. Wilmington will also host the Walk with Wallabies on September 14th at the Brandywine Zoo. Now we have Emily Madison here with our pop culture update.
Thanks, Michael. I'm Emily Madison, and I have your 49 News pop culture update. Dancing with the Stars Season 34 premiered last night, with celebs like Robert Irwin, Alex Earle, and Dylan Efron taking the stage for the first time, along with 2 members of the hit TV show The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Corey Feldman, Goonie star, and Andy Richer, comedian, earned the lowest combined scores of 9 out of 20, with Robert Irwin, Australia zookeeper, and Whitney Levitt, Mormon social media star, tying with the highest scores of 15 out of 20. Next week, the show will have a double elimination since they sent no one home during the premiere episode. Speaking of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, influencer Taylor Frankie Paul was announced to be this season's Bachelorette, breaking the tradition of using the runner-up from last season of The Bachelor. This Saturday, the CW's Supernatural marks 20 years since its pilot first aired. The long-running, 15-season series will be leaving Netflix this December. The 77th Emmy Awards were last Sunday, and they were the most-watched ceremony since 2021. 15-year-old Owen Cooper became the youngest male Emmy winner in history for his performance in the hit drama Adolescence. He shared the spotlight with fellow winners, including Stephen Colbert, who received an extended standing ovation following CBS's recent cancellation of The Late Show. The studio scored big, with Seth Rogen's Apple TV Plus series setting a new record for the most wins by a comedy in a single season. Also in breaking entertainment news, Jimmy Kimmel Live has been pulled off the air indefinitely. During Monday night's show, Jimmy Kimmel's monologue included a suggestion that Charlie Kirk's alleged killer was aligned with President Donald Trump's MAGA, Make America Great Again, movement. This was also following the Federal Communication Commission suggestion that ABC, the network the show is on, was at risk for losing their broadcast license. That's all I have for pop culture news. Back to you, Michael.
Thank you, Emily, for your entertainment update. Starbucks is rolling out a Back to Starbucks makeover under new CEO Brian Nicole, adding free non-dairy milk, new seating, and faster service tech. But baristas say they're stressed by complicated drinks, strict rules, and dress codes, with some stores voting to unionize, all while sales keep slipping and rivals like Dutch Bros gain ground. Every Sunday, the Newark community comes together to enjoy fresh produce and a good time. We had Madison Davis go down and check out this past week's farmers market.
Every Sunday from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., Newark Natural Foods puts on a farmers market for the whole community to come together. It starts from the beginning of May and lasts all the way until the last Sunday of November. Different vendors stop by every weekend to sell fresh, local produce and homemade treats. The farmers market helps preserve that small town feeling while supporting local businesses and agriculture. As Newark's farmers market continues to flourish, it offers more than fresh food. It offers a vision of community rooted in care, sustainability, and a shared purpose. And for many residents, that's the real harvest.
We're here this Sunday at the Newark Farmers Market. Let's go check it out.
So I was helping in the kitchen and selling stuff for this business for like a year already. You always need to have something good. We like to say like every loaf of bread holds its story. And when a baker or anyone else creates something, he put his part of himself in it. And it's really enjoyable when you go home and you have something really good that can make you happy. So this farmers market is really good. There are a lot of different things you can try. Even if they sell the same stuff, it won't be the same. It's really good. You should come and try.
Nazar from Dream Bakery was very kind to gift us croissants, so we're trying them, and I'm very excited. I've never actually had a croissant. Very good. Come to the Newark Farmers Market and try Dream Bakery. It's awesome. We've heard from the local vendors about the farmers market. Now let's go see what the community thinks.
We come almost every Sunday that we're in town, and we just love the fresh produce and the flowers and the community feel of the entire market.
It's local produce, which helps to keep farmers in business. You know, and from the ag end, I'm president of the Delaware Farm Bureau, and it's good that we're speaking to the public. Most people are so removed from a farm that they just don't understand it. You know, they get it on, the computer or, the social media, and it's not always right.
Check out the Newark Farmers Market that happens every Sunday. It is a great way to connect with the community and shop locally. This has been Madison Davis reporting for 49 News.
This is all we have for you guys tonight on 49 News.
Make sure to keep up with us on social media at 49 News on Instagram and watch our next show. Same time, same place on October 1st. I'm Michael Stoll.
And I'm Emily Madison. Have a great night and stay safe, Newark.